Hello everybody. I am just getting ready, so as you pop in, let me know that you guys are here. I gotta kind of get my little space together here. It's kind of a mess right now. So as you come in, let me know you're here. Say hi. Tell me where you're calling from. I gotta make sure the wires are not on the ground for the puppy over here. All right, I think we got it. I've been obsessed with buying decks lately. I don't know if you guys have been, but I've been like buying decks like you wouldn't believe, okay? New Oracle decks. Not really tarot, but definitely Oracle decks. All right, I got like 2 lighters, like I'm telling you. Things are a little crazy. Is anybody else feeling the Mars retrograde? I have a lot of people reaching out to me saying that things are not working. It's kind of like a Mars Mercury retrograde, where it's like my internet is down. That's why it like took me a little bit of time to get on here and get ready, because just things are not working. So let me know if you guys are feeling the same thing. All right, so I'm excited for today. It's our last day. Can you believe that we've gone through 3 days already? So 3 days, yay. I'm like, where'd I put the lighter? All right. Let's sage. When in doubt, sage. All right, so let me know if you guys have been getting value. I've been looking at your takeaways, which I really greatly appreciate. I love looking at them. I love seeing what you guys are getting out of this challenge, because it, again, like I said, it inspires me and it motivates me to just do better for you guys. So to bring you more, I actually have put more into what I'm about to tell you at the end of today. So definitely stick around for that. But let me get into it. Okay, I'm like, what's he chewing on? All right, that's good. So we sage to let go of the negative energy. I just did a clearing with somebody, so I want to make sure that we're all clear as well. All right, so today is the day, guys. So today we're really going to focus on, yesterday we talked about, and I'm going to go through kind of what we've talked about all this time, but we talked about subconscious beliefs, and I know it kind of left you a little confused, which is why you want to show up today, because we're really going to bring you now through some exercises and some stuff that's actually going to help you shift, okay? So, so first of all, thank you for posting all your takeaways. I absolutely love seeing them. And then today is going to be day 3. So hashtag, I didn't write it up there. We talked about environmental blockages yesterday, right? I have my landscapers out here. So like that noise, that's one of my blockages. It's like, I usually put my earphones in and my music on, but I can't do that right now. So if you hear them, I doubt that you guys can hear them, but they are out there. So it's hashtag clear day 3. So in order to enter, we have 2 big prizes, right? 3 actually. 2 of them are 20-minute session with me. So we can do tarot reading, we can do energy healing, we can just do coaching, whatever you want there. And then the big one is for the most active participant, which is an free access to the 21 days to opening and accelerating your psychic abilities, and also a 20-minute session with me. So whoever is the most active in here will get that prize. And then also, if you post all of the hashtag clear days, so hashtag clear day 1, hashtag clear day 3 or 2, and then hashtag clear day 3. Okay, so you have to post all of them with the hashtag, because that's how I search them. So if you didn't do it right, you might not be entered, okay? But I will come on, I'm gonna have to come on tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll come in tomorrow and do the winners, all right? So definitely participate with that, because usually, sometimes I throw in some more stuff, so definitely do it. They're like literally right outside my window. I'm like, what is happening? Can you guys hear them? Let me know. All right, let me say hi to everybody. Let me get a grip here. All right, Nancy's here. Hello, Mandy's here. Claudia, Kim, hello, Dale. Anne, hello. Dale says, yes, feeling it for sure. Sleep has been off. Yeah, there's a lot of energy. Mars turns direct in November. It's like November 9th, I think it is. Claudia says, I want to buy more Oracle decks. Yeah, did you see the one in the mentorship, Claudia? Because that one is like amazing. Mandy, mine's been quirky too. Yeah, what is up? Claudia says, my back hurts. That's about it. Okay, cool. That's kind of good then, if that's all. Claudia says, I had that Mars retro, I can't even speak today. I'm gonna like center myself. Retrograde effect a short while ago. Right now it's better, but we are approaching the shadow period of Mercury retrograde. Oh, great. Awesome. Love it. Kim, cool prizes. Anne says really generous. Oh, yay. Hello, Tara. They need to smudge too. Already happy for the winners. I love it, Claudia. All right. Let's get to it. Is everybody ready for today? Is everybody ready for the last day of this 3-day challenge? I hope you guys have been getting a lot of value. Like I said, I've been seeing your takeaways, so I know that you are definitely having some aha moments, some epiphanies there, which is what I aim to do in these challenges. So just to recap, I know you were already here yesterday. So day 1, Deborah, it's not the replay. I'm actually live, so hello. So day 1, we talked about the vision, right? Being more specific in your vision, the why, having a very strong why, and then also the be, do, have. Now the be, do, have, you have to be, then you have to do in order to have. So whatever we're trying to manifest, we always try to do first so we can have something, so we can be a certain way, be happy, feel loved, whatever it is. So we've been focusing, now they're like spreading out. Now we've been focusing on the be, do, have for all of this time, all right? Because that being is the most important part. We have to be that person that has everything that we want. And that can sound very like, what? Like, how do I do that? It's very confusing, I would say. I know it was when I first, heard it. Yesterday we talked, but we're going to deal with a lot of that today. So I'm glad that you guys are here. Yesterday we talked about the 5 different blocks that you could have. So we started with the environmental blocks, which is the noise, right? That I was just going through right here. It kind of like gets me all like, can't hear myself think, right? And especially if we're trying to connect, if that's one of your manifesting things that you want to do, is if you're trying to connect to the other side and, increase your intuition or all that, or even do mediumship and stuff like that. It's like if there's a lot of noise around you, it's going to be very hard for you to do that. So those environmental blocks. Then we talked about the tribe. So your tribe affects your vibe, okay? And I know it goes the other way, but it's very true that the people around you also affect your vibration. So we want to let them go. Then we talked about the conscious limiters, which basically is we're very conscious of maybe some of our issues, some of our beliefs that are holding us back. Like we already know these types of things. And then we talked about the subconscious limiters, which are like thoughts and beliefs that we're kind of not even aware are affecting things in our lives. I spoke about it yesterday with the abandonment issue. You don't realize how, if your father left when you were young, how it's affecting business, how it's affecting your career, how it's affecting your friendships, how it's affecting your love life. Like it affects everything. And even like sometimes yourself and your personal decisions and like working out and eating healthy and that type of stuff. There's a lot of things that happened to us in the past that keep us stuck and keep us blocked from moving into this new person that we want to be. So we went over that yesterday. So today, I just wrote my notes, so I want to make sure I'm getting everything here. So today is really where I'm going to bring you, and obviously I can't teach you everything within a 3-day challenge. So that's why I have my courses to work deeper with you. At the end of this, I am going to be going into that. So I just want to give you a heads up with that. I will let you know when I'm about to do that. So if you don't want to listen, you can go ahead and excuse yourself. But I will let you know when that is at the end after I give you all this value that I'm going to do today. All right. So today we're really going to start to kind of give you a better understanding of how you can identify those subconscious beliefs, how we can reprogram, how we can shift our energy, and a bunch of things. So I'm going to be talking about 3 things today. All right, so that's going to help us with the being part. So I feel like there was one other thing I wanted to tell you before we get into this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, I think I'm ready to go. All right, are you guys ready? Write ready in the comments. Let me know you guys are ready. Claudia, catch replays, it's important. Thanks, Claudia. All right, so this concept of being this person that has what we want when we don't already have it. It's a little bit hard to grasp. I will definitely, Can definitely understand if you feel that way. This concept of trying to identify something that we don't even know that is there, definitely hard to grasp. So I get that this is a little bit hard to grasp for you guys. So if you're in that boat, like, don't feel like you're the only one, because it's, how can we see something that we don't know is there? And this is what I said yesterday, like, it's really important that you work with people that can like call you out on these things. Like, I actually hire coaches. So I'm like, I just want to make sure you're going to call me out on my shit. Like, when I come to you, you're going to be like, no, that's not the way it really is though. That's just what you think. And I need someone to call me out on things as I keep progressing into my next version of myself and all of this. So definitely important for you. So let's go back to day 2 when I talked about the tribe. Right? So if you have friends around you, family, people around you that are in the same vibration, that think the same way that you think, they're not going to be able to call you out on your stuff. They're not going to be like, well, they're not going to be able to challenge you because they think the same way you think. So you need people that are at that higher vibration or have done the work or done the healing in order to be able to call you out and recognize things that you won't see. So just understand that, because I know, like I said, it's hard to grasp. It's like, well, Dee, how am I supposed to, be aware of something that is subconscious that I'm unaware of, right? It doesn't make any sense. There's people that have already been there and done that can then just say, yeah, well, I can understand where that belief comes from, but I do think that you have a limiting belief, a subconscious limiting belief that, you're not really good enough. And that's kind of like why you're not going out with the guy that you really want and you're settling for these narcissist people, right? So you got to find those people that, again, I always say, find the tribe that inspires you, encourages you, and supports you. So definitely get people in your circle that understand that a little bit more and can call you out and aren't afraid to do that. So that's one way you can do that, okay? By filling your space with people that can help you heal and help you on your journey. All right, so I wanted to say that. All right, so now we're gonna go into, I don't even know what to kind of call it, to be honest with you guys. Like, I'm just gonna go over 3 things that I think are very important when we're trying to get past our blocks in manifestation, all right? So one of them is going to be connecting to your intuition. So let me backtrack for a minute. Day 1, when I kind of told you like what I felt like a block was. And to me, a block is like, you want to get somewhere. You're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing to get there, but you just can't reach it. You can't feel it, right? If it's connecting to those psychic abilities, like, it's there, right? You know that your higher self is there. Your spirit guide is there. You see signs everywhere, but like, you just can't see them. You can't connect to them. You can't talk to them. You're not getting any messages from them. There's like a very hard, like something in between where you are and where you want to be. Now, I say this about connecting to your intuition. Now, what does that really mean? Now, this might blow your mind and you might think I'm totally crazy because I'm not teaching what everybody else teaches, but that's not the way I do. I do what I do from what I know and what I learn. Everyone says like your intuition is this gut feeling. I don't really believe that, to be honest with you guys. I believe that our intuition is coming from something called our higher selves. Now, this is going a little woo. Basically there's no time or space in energy or time. Or like time doesn't, I don't know, whatever. Time doesn't really exist. There's many dimensions that are actually happening at the same time. A little bit hard to grasp, I get it. But our higher self is the energy that already has everything that we want. And the way that I explain it is like, we're a blob of energy. We're all made of energy. And I'll go into this a little bit later too. But like, we're all energy. We come from a universal energy. So we're all from the same place. And I feel as though our energy stays in the universe, but then a little piece of that energy comes into our bodies. And this is what we're in the human world for, okay? And we're here to learn lessons and we're here to evolve our energy, grow and learn. And that's why a lot of people, if you believe in reincarnation, which I did not believe in reincarnation when I first started my spiritual journey, I totally do now, because I really truly feel as though we're on this earth to learn lessons. And if we don't learn the lessons while we're here, we come back and we live another human life and we have more lessons to learn. So the more lessons you can learn in one lifetime, I think the better off you are. So that is why I keep investing in coaches. That's why I keep growing and keep learning, because I don't really want to come back here. You know, I would rather stay up in the happy place. And I know like some of my past lives and stuff. So I'm like, you know what? Let's make next life a lot better. But anyway, so I think that our intuition is really that higher self, that higher energy that we are still connected to, that just a little bit of it has come into our bodies and we can still connect back to that. And that is what I really feel like intuition is. I don't feel like it's a gut feeling coming from inside our bodies. However, and this is a totally different course, my 21 days course, but you might feel like it's a gut feeling because that's how you actually receive the information from your higher self, which is a Claire, but again, not the scope of this challenge. So anyway, so being able to connect to your intuition, your higher self, you're going to be able to get messages from that person who is that person that you want to be. So it's kind of like if you just sit there and I'm just going to be quiet for a second, just think about that, right? We're saying we want to be the person that has everything that we want. There's already a version of you of that. Mind blown, right? That is your higher self. It knows what you need to do in order to get to where you want to be and have what you want. And it also knows if you're going down the wrong path. So being able to connect to that intuition and connect to that higher self and get the messages and just breathe into it. And like we're going to do a little breathing exercise today, but just to breathe into that and to get those messages is going to be able to help you identify, wow, like I feel that energy. I feel who she is. Okay. And I'm like, wow, I want to be more like that. And I know she's there. And it makes it easier for us to kind of start moving towards that energy. Let me know if this is making sense to you guys. I know it's a little bit, woo and everything, but definitely absolutely true. I mean, it's really absolutely true. So everybody's ready. Awesome. Anne says, yes, I don't believe that either. Mandy says, I'll call you Kitty, Mandy. Kitty says, I watch a lot of videos about this. Claudia says, totally higher self, totally agree. Sacral chakra intuition. I wouldn't necessarily say that, to be honest with you. I can't really say that the intuition is the sacral chakra, because the sacral chakra is where your joy and where your trauma is stored. So it's ironic, right? You got to get rid of the trauma in order to have the joy. So therefore, that's both in the sacral chakra. Intuition is more, I would say, with the crown and the third eye chakra. If you want to put it to a chakra, it would be more the third eye and the crown chakra. Makes sense, Nancy says, makes sense. Okay, good. You guys are with me. Wow, that's a powerful thought. I love it. Awesome. Okay. Sorry about the name change. It's my nickname. Oh, okay. I'm like, what do you want me to call you? Okay. And Mark says, agree, higher self. Okay. It makes total sense. Okay, good. You guys are with me. Like, I don't want to lose you in the beginning of this video, because we're going to go into a little bit less spirituality stuff, but I just want you to under parallel timelines. Thank you, Claudia. Exactly. We're kind of running the same line, and we can kind of jump lines, and that's like what we're here to do. And that's what like we're going to be talking about today. So connecting to that I'm like, am I on time here? No, I'm good. Definitely going to go over time today. So just be prepared for that. So because I'm just going with the flow and giving you guys what you need. So definitely connecting to that higher self will allow you to feel who you're supposed to be, quote unquote, or want to be, or who you actually are. And that version of you knows all the BS that's happening in this mind and in your energy right here, and knows that you got to let go of all of that in order to get and jump those timelines to be that person, to be that higher self. Okay. So that's number one, is connecting to your intuition, into that higher self, into your spirit guides, getting the information from a higher source that has higher information. Realize that we're all here on this earth, and probably I would say, I mean, this is my statistics, so it could be way off, but I would definitely say that 80%, at least 80% of the people on earth are unawakened and have their eyes shut to what's really going on, and that there's this higher energy. So, being able to connect to this higher source with magnificent amount of energy and knowledge is going to be the best thing instead of connecting to your tribe, which is unawakened people here that are not aware of these things. Okay, so that's what I gotta say about that. Number 2. So the second thing I want to talk about here is about shifting your identity. And let's talk about that for a minute, all right? It's like, what is your identity? Our identity is basically how we feel, who we think we are. That's our identity, who we think we are. And, you know, I work with women in that have been through toxic relationships, been through toxic childhood. And those situations have caused them to believe that they are something that they're not. They think that they're worthless. They think that they're stupid. They think that they're ugly. They have all these things that they think that they are. They're not smart, like all of this stuff. And that sits with them until it can shift. But if we're around the same people, doing the same things, making the same moves every single day, nothing is ever going to shift because you're not doing anything different. And this is like I'm trying to think of it right now. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So if you are taking courses after courses, but not getting any results because you're not investing in yourself with them, if you're watching YouTube after YouTube video and you're still like, you're getting it up here, but it kind of like goes in and goes out, like you've got to look at what you've been doing in order to change that routine, change that, go bigger, right? Take what you learn in a video and implement it. Many of you watching this challenge is just going to watch this challenge for 3 days. You might get one little thing out of it and that's it. But how many of you are going to try to rewatch it by Friday in order to get as much as you can? How many of you are taking notes that you can go back to, right? You've got to do the things you have to do so that you can keep manifesting. And you're being, but you have to do the part. So this doing, right? I could try to be whatever I want to be, but if I don't take the action steps to do, if I don't invest in myself, if I don't like take my vision walks every morning, if I don't try to work out, if I don't, read, like I'm not doing in order to then have, okay? You have to be, you have to do, and then you have, okay? So you have to do the things that are going to keep progressing you, keep evolving you. Now let's go back to the shifting identity. So you have to let go of the person that you think you are because you're not that person at all, right? We are a divine energy. That is who we are. We come from the divine. We are just here. And whatever you think you are right now has come from past situations that have made you believe that you are. Let me just do that. Okay, so we have to shift that identity. D, how do we do that, right? I know. A lot longer than this course, this little challenge, so that's for sure. But we have to shift that identity by, again, reprogramming those subconscious beliefs of who we think we are right now into somebody completely different that we want to keep moving up the ladder. And I really, truly, strongly feel that we keep progressing into the next version. Like right now, I'm moving into I think I have just moved into the next version of me. Right? Where if you, again, and I swear, if you watch my videos from 3 years ago when I first started this business, I'm a completely different person. I was looking at pictures. It's my mom's birthday tomorrow. It was my mom's birthday last week, so we're doing this like little video thing for her, me and my daughter. And I was like looking at all of these pictures from 2017, 2016 when I was married, 2017 when I was going through hell, then 2018 and 2019, 2020. Every year I feel like I was a different person. Alexa, my daughter, looked at one of the pictures. She goes, I don't even know who that woman is. And I was like, yeah, I know, that was me. I said, I don't even know who that woman was, right? Because that is no longer my identity. I am a completely different identity now. So it's about shifting that identity. And I want to bring a point to you. I was talking to one of the women that has been through my mentorship. And she said to me, like, I'm scared that I'm going to go back to that person that settled for less and settled for the narcissist and everything. And I said to her, I said, you can't go back to that person because that's no longer your identity. You are no longer that person, right? We think we're just going to do like make a little mistake or do this or do that and go back. But when you actually shift into that next version of you, there is no going. It's like you lose that person. You don't even know who that person is anymore. You can't possibly go back. So you basically want to shift the identity into this new identity so that you don't go back and settle for the things that, you don't want to settle for, like crappy relationships, even like, because toxic relationships and toxic childhood, right? Usually if you come from a toxic childhood, I would say, I keep giving percentages, but I don't really know. But like, if you come from a toxic childhood, you have a high percentage chance of being in toxic relationships. And that's just the truth, because we settle for what we think we're enough for. We settle for who we think we really are. And if we're abused, if we're sexually abused, if we're physically abused, mentally abused, emotionally abused as a child, or just didn't even get the love that we needed as a child, we have this identity about us that I'm not lovable, right? Nobody loves me. And then our brain seeks out the people that are going to show us that, right? And then you get into this relationship and then that doesn't work out. See, I'm not lovable. I'm not lovable. That's my identity. I'm not lovable. So you need to have that identity shift so that you don't go back to that and you just keep shifting identities until you get to that higher self, which I think is really, not possible in the human life, but just keep, no, let me rephrase that. What am I trying to say to you guys? Yeah, I think that you just keep shifting, and you get as close as you can to that higher self. I don't think we can ever reach that in the human world because we do have our human mind attached, if that makes sense to you guys. But definitely we just keep shifting and keep shifting. All right, so, whew, that was a lot. Let me check out your comments because I see a lot coming in. Mark, I saw that you take so many notes. Am I talking to Laura though? I think I'm talking to Laura there. I think it's both husband and wife there. Kim, you're right where I'm at. That's right where you're at too. Claudia says, so exciting, D. Sue says, how can you tell when you're in ego and not in your higher self? I'm going to give you a really, really good thing that you can use, okay? When you're trying to make a decision of something, okay, if you are trying to talk yourself into it, it's usually your ego. If you are trying to talk yourself out of it, it's usually your higher self. Because I will tell you, think about this for a second. Your higher self is a fucking badass. I mean, they don't care. I mean, they have so much love, so much light, but they own who they are, right? That's who they are. They don't really, nothing really kind of scares them. So they're like, let's go, let's get you up here, right? Let's get you to where I am. They're going to ask you to do some really scary stuff. So when you are scared to do something and you're trying to talk yourself out of it, well, I really don't have to do that. Like when I moved up here from Jersey, I moved from Jersey to New York, an hour away from my kid's dad. And it was very, very scary for me. I was like, is my kids going to like this new school? Are they going to be sad that they're away from their dad? Like it was a really scary decision. But my intuition was telling me, you gotta go. And I'm like, oh man. And I just kept trying to talk myself out of it. And when you're trying to talk yourself out of it, it's usually your intuition that is pulling you to do something. When you are trying to talk yourself into it, oh, well, that guy on the bike who's wearing the jacket has got, whatever, all things like the bad boy. Oh yeah, no, I think I can, no, he'll be okay. Like I'll get, like, you're trying to talk yourself into that when you know that it's not really something you should do. That is the ego. Like, yes, that's our comfort zone. Yes, that guy's going to treat me like crap. So yes, please, like, that's our comfort zone. Guys that treat me like crap. So let me go to another one because I know how that feels. And even though it's shitty, it's comfortable for me because that's what I'm used to, right? So we try to talk ourselves into it. All right, so Sue, that was your question. Mandy says, got full body chills. Kim says it was a hot mess. Claudia says, more confident, yes. Head up, smiles more. That's Claudia, now me, sunshine girl. Awesome. Yeah, and like I said, I think we keep going. Come here, baby. Anne says, yes, always working on the next higher version and celebrating each new level of identity. I love that. Nancy says, you're right, I'm a new person. Absolutely. Mandy says that is true. Jennifer says exactly, there is no going backwards. Dale says working on shifting my identity. I am lovable. Yes, you are. Anne says, yeah, done that. Nancy, my sons also looked at pictures and saw my changes. Isn't that amazing, Nancy? Like when they look at that person and like, I looked at a person and I was like dressed, like it was a sexy picture that I took for the narcissist I was with at one time. And I was like, oh man, I'm like, but I also realized like I can still take a sexy picture like that, but not for a guy like that. You know what I mean? So like you can still be a little bit of that person, that personality. It's not like you have to shift everything about you and your personality, but it's about having more confidence and having more boundaries, having more respect for yourself and all that type of stuff. Claudia, I went backwards in July and I was there looking at the person saying to myself, WTF, what was I thinking? Exactly. Yeah, you are worthy. Yes, you're Laura. Okay, sorry, Laura. Teresa, hello, Teresa. Preach. You guys are funny. All right. I think I got through all of them. Okay, really valuable info. Never heard of that thought of that before. Okay, yeah. I tend to teach a lot of things that other teachers don't teach. So, and to be honest, like I get it from the divine. I get it from all the work I've done with all the ladies over the years and, you know, seeing them shift their own selves. And also, you know, it's my spirit team. I have a huge spirit team on the other side. So I definitely get all of this from them. So it might not be what other people are teaching. And that's okay. And I always say, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. You know, like I said in the beginning on my spiritual journey, reincarnation didn't resonate with me, but now it does. You will start to evolve and have your own thinking. Don't ever believe what other people say unless it really resonates with you. Okay? All right. Now, I told you actually, we're pretty good on time right now. All right. So the last thing I want to talk about is the energetic blocks. We talked about this yesterday. I'm going to go over with you really quick the chakras. Just actually write it in the comments. Do you guys know what the chakras are? I'll catch the replay. I got to go to work. That's okay, Claudia. Excuse me. That's the throat chakra. Do you guys know what the chakras are? Write chakras in the comments if you actually know what they are. All right, so I'm an intuitive Reiki energy healer, which it's basically putting the intuitive side, the connection with my spirit team on the other side with the Reiki to actually help you intentionally heal certain things that you want to, all right? So in our body, so I'm just gonna have to explain this to you and for people watching the replay that aren't here to comment if you know what they are. So we are all made up of energy. It's scientifically proven that we are all made up of energy. Everything is made up of energy. And my question to you is, if we are made up of energy, then how come we don't know how to use our energy, protect our energy, clear our energy, right? Or even be aware of our energy? Why does nobody ever teach us this? Because it's probably one of the most powerful things that you can do for you, because we are all made up of energy. And just so you guys know, like they have Reiki energy healers now in hospitals doing energy healing on people that have had transplants and people that have had surgery and stuff like that. So it's getting more and more into the mainstream, which is a very good thing. Okay, so got a lot of you know what the chakras are. I know what they are, but not what each one means. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go over really quick, really quick, the chakras. Now we have a lot of chakras in our body, but they don't really talk about them. In my Reiki Vault membership, I have 12 chakras that I go over. But there's 7 main chakras that everybody kind of talks about. So let me go back to energy healing though. So we're all made up of energy. And I feel as though, and I think I might have said this yesterday, but I'm saying it again. Every time we go through a traumatic experience, it's like an energy ball forms. It's like, ooh, that doesn't feel good. And our energy starts to be like, right? So if we go through trauma and we're like scared, it's like this energy is kind of like stuck in our body somewhere. Okay. If we go through a trauma and we're like heartbroken, like this little sad energy ball is like stuck in our energy fields now until we know how to release it. And this is what happens when we break up with somebody and like say like a year later we see them and then all the emotion comes back, right? Or we get scared to see them or whatever, because we have this energy that is still attached to them, but also within our energy field of everything that they did to us or how heartbroken we were. And that energy remains in our energy field until, oh, it's 3:33. Thank you, Mandy. Until we release it. And a lot of us don't release it because we don't know how, because nobody ever teaches us how to do our energy. So energy healing is basically an intuitive Reiki energy healing is really about connecting to the divine and using their knowledge, their information, because sometimes you don't even know where that energy is stuck, but we can connect to the divine energy in order to know and get us some guidance onto, like, I remember I was on a panelist of like psychiatrists and they were asking me all these questions and I had to go back. They're like, I don't know why I feel so attached to my mom. Like I have to help her. And they brought to my attention that I think she was around 16 or 17, that she actually, I said, you know, did your mom have some kind of incident where she didn't feel good, she fell down, she fainted or something like that? And she said, yes. And I was like, that's where you're attached to. That right there caused something in her energy field in order to feel as though she has to now take care of her mother. So because she had an incident where her mother almost died and she was there, she was the only one there. So now she has this energy in her energy field that's saying, I got to take care of my mom. Something's going to happen. I got to take care of her. I got to take care of her. Until you release that energy from back then, it's still stuck. Like the energy in your body is like it's happening right now. So when it comes up, that's what you feel like. You feel like it's happening right now. This can cause anxiety. This can cause panic attacks, like because it's the energy that's still stuck there. So I said to her, I said, you need to do some energy healing around that time. And that's like what intuitive energy healing is. Like we get the guidance as to where to go with that. And then also the energy healing is we connect to a divine energy to bring that light and that power into your energy field to then release it. And this does a few things for you. It releases the energy. It releases the anxiety, right? That's why a lot of women that I work with, they don't have anxiety anymore because we've released all the energy that has been causing that. And then also, oh man, this always happens to me. I was going to say one other thing and now, oh, and it also forms, like when you don't have that energy anymore, you don't feel as though you are that person, right? Like let me use a different example. So like that breakup, like a fear of abandonment. When you release that energy around abandonment, you can now go forward with other relationships feeling like you're not scared of them leaving you. All right, so it does a couple of things. It does work with your subconscious as well, because the belief comes from the incident that happened. When we release the memory and the energy around the incident that happened, we now can step into a new belief. All right, does that make sense to you guys? Let me know. Teresa says, no shit. No shit on what? What did I just blow your mind with? Nancy says, clearing my energy is the most important thing in my life. Yeah, it's so crazy. I swear, one day I will be working with children in schools, because I feel as though if we were taught how to use our energy, how to protect it, how to move it, how to shift it, and also our subconscious beliefs, right? That even though your parents are working a million hours a day right now and they're yelling at you and whatever, does not mean that you are not lovable. If we can teach that to kids, we would have better lives. Think about that. If you knew that stuff as a child, how different would your life be? Okay. So Mandy says, yeah, she feels less anxious. She's in my mentorship as well. Stacy, hello. Dale, makes so much sense. Awesome. Yes. My childhood trauma and just realizing how it's still affecting me after 30 years. I know. It doesn't have to be that way though. We can release it, and it doesn't have to take years of therapy to do it, okay? So let me go over those chakras, right? So we talk about chakras with energy healing. I work with chakras, but not specifically just with chakras, because I work with more, and this is, I teach this in my other course, but I work more with time and situations and trauma than I do with actual chakras, okay? But because we're here and because you guys know it, I'm just gonna go over it real quick. The root chakra, which is down by kind of like your pelvic bone. And just to be clear, these chakras are not in your body. They're kind of outside your body in your aura. All right, just to be clear on that. The root chakra is about safety. It's the color red. It's about safety. It's about grounding. So if you're feeling unsafe, if you have a lot of anxiety, it's probably because there's a lot of fear, and that goes with the root chakra. The sacral chakra, like I said before, is where your trauma and your joy is stored. So if you have been abused, if you have been through traumatic events, if you have PTSD, the sacral chakra is where you want to work on it, because you got to let go of that. All right, so that is orange, and that is kind of right, kind of like right below your belly button area, I would say. The root chakra is more by your tailbone. Sorry, the sacral chakra is more by your pelvic bone, and then the solar plexus chakra is kind of like a little bit above your belly button. The solar plexus is where your self-love, self-worth, all of that stuff about yourself. So if you're not confident, if you have body images, issues, like this is all going to be in that solar plexus chakra. Then we move up to the heart chakra. Now the heart chakra to me is where all of your memories are stored. To me, other people might teach it differently, but this is really where The heart chakra is really where you block yourself off. So this is where you will, because it's all stored in there, right? So this is where you will block yourself off from other relationships. You will block yourself off from, getting promotions and stuff like that, because this is where you feel like you're not good enough. Even though the solar plexus is a little bit like that too, this is where all the memories are stored, causing all of the subconscious beliefs that are causing you not to go after what you want. So the heart chakra is really, really important. The heart chakra is also about receiving. So a lot of us that have been in toxic relationships through toxic childhood, right? A lot of us were not able to have boundaries. So therefore we always had to do what somebody else had to do. And we were always giving, but we don't know how to open up and receive. And the heart chakra is about opening up to receive. So if you want to have love, but you're blocked here, you're not going to be able to call in that love because you're not open up to receiving. And I know I think it was somebody yesterday that said this, where they said that, they have a really good guy waiting for them. However, they don't feel as though they're good enough for this person. They don't feel like they're ready for this type of person. And I did something very similar right after, I think it was like 6 months after maybe 8 months after everything fell apart with my ex. I started online dating. But I found a good guy. I found a really good guy. And I said to him, I'm like, you're a good guy. I said, I don't know what to do with you. And I kind of broke things off because I didn't know what to do with him because I wasn't worthy of a guy like that back then, right? So this is where that heart chakra, you have to be open to receiving the thing that you actually want. So that's the heart chakra. Then we go into the throat chakra. Now the throat chakra, really, really important because this is your communication. This is you being able to express your needs and your wants. This is the throat chakra. So this is the boundary chakra. If you cannot create boundaries, enforce them. This is, enforcing boundaries and saying them. Saying them is the throat chakra. Enforcing them is definitely like the solar plexus. I would say the solar plexus chakra as well. Maybe a little bit of the heart, right? But this is about the boundary. This is about communicating your needs and wants. And then the solar plexus kind of feeling worthy of having those. Right? And then we move up to the third eye chakra, which is where we kind of see things. This is where you're going to connect to your higher self. This is where you're going to be clairvoyant, where you're seeing things and kind of really connecting to, I would just say really connecting to that higher self. So the third chakra here. And then we have the crown chakra, which is actually above the head. And that's about connecting to the divine energy. Okay? Very quick lesson on the chakras. So let me see the things here. Okay. So we are going to do this. All right. I'm sorry guys. I told you it might be a little bit longer. I don't have my kids today, so I don't have to rush. I just dropped them off with their dad this morning. So, let's see. Makes sense. Anissa says, yes, it would change the world if children had this knowledge. Teaching meditation as well. Exactly. Meditation or mediation. And I feel sorry for my kids now. That's okay. You can do better now. I have been wanting help in kids in hospitals. Oh, definitely, Laura. That'd be, sorry, guys. Come back. Okay. Agree, Jennifer. I'm teaching my children these things. Advantage for their future. I know. I'm homeschooling them. So every morning I'm teaching them gratitude. I'm teaching them everything that I'm teaching you here. I'm teaching them. I used to see Network Spinal Chiropractor. Oh, nice. Network. Did that help you? Yeah. Okay. Claudia says that was helpful. Let's see. The holistic chiropractor, he is amazing. Just came from him 2 weeks ago, and no meds. It's awesome. Awesome. Yeah, it's like I get them confused. Western medicine. Jennifer, I used to not be able to stand anyone touching around my belly button. Literally all my life until the beginning of this year, I started loving myself. Yeah, definitely body issues. If you can't be touched and stuff, there's definitely stuff that there needs to be worked on. Kim says you weren't ready for him. Yeah, it would feel like you were touching my soul. Oh. Nancy says you helped me with all my chakras. I love you, girl. Dale, going to have to rewatch. My boss just came in. I'm in California. Watch during lunch. Okay. Manny, thank you so much for the explanations. It's helping so much. Okay, cool. All right. So let's do a couple of things. I wanted to go through these things, but let's go ahead and do some exercises now in order to kind of move you through these things, okay? The shifting of the identity, not really sure I can work with you on this little call right here, especially with the time that we have. That we would have to go deeper into my course, which, like I said, I will be kind of explaining to you. I have amazing things with that right now. So even if you've heard about it before, you don't want to miss today. I promise you that. Okay, so let's go ahead and connect to your intuition for a minute. So I want you to just kind of stretch out your body, right? Move your body, because when you move your body, you move like your chakras, you move your energy around, you kind of get it unstuck and stuff like that. So let's just move our body a little bit. And I'm just going to take you through like a little bit of an exercise. I'm just trying to think of a question that's really good for you guys. I don't know. I'll let it come to me. All right, go ahead and just kind of, again, stretch out your body. Now take a deep breath in. And then go ahead and let it out. Close your eyes. Did I say that already? Close your eyes. I just want you to become very, very present with yourself. And go ahead and take another deep breath in. And I just want you to hold that for 2 seconds. And then go ahead and let it out. And go ahead and take one more deep breath in. Hold it for 2 seconds and then go ahead and let it out. All right, I got the question. Go ahead and take one more deep breath in. And on this deep breath, I want you to ask the question, what is blocking me from what I really want right now? And go ahead and let that out. And the first thing that came to your mind is what you want to pay attention to. We'll do it one more time. Take a deep breath in. What is blocking me from everything that I want? And let it out. And then you can open your eyes when you're ready, when you got your answer. So things like this could come through in hearing it. You could hear something. You could just know something. You could see something. You could feel something in your body. What is that? So let me know in the comments, like what just came to you with that? Because that is one way that you can start to, I mean, believe me, there's a lot more that goes into it, which is what I teach in my 21 days to opening and accelerating your psychic abilities. But simple little things like this can help you connect to your higher self to get the answers that you need for some questions. So let me know what came up for you in that little exercise there. You should have been able to get something. And if you couldn't, that's not a problem. Like literally, we haven't been through a meditation. We haven't been doing all this stuff. So it's an exercise. So if you couldn't get there, please don't think that you're like it's not working for you or anything. This is just a very short exercise. We're going to go into some energy healing in a minute, okay? But all right, so let me see what you guys are saying here. All right, Anne says fear of not physically healing. Okay, Sue says fear of success. Laura says myself. Kim says I got nothing. Mandy says I keep seeing a lioness. So maybe that could be strength or power, right? So also what you get, you have to kind of interpret. If you don't hear things, if you see things, you kind of have to interpret. This is what I go over in my 21 days course. Claudia, fear of uncertainty. And then Jennifer says self-doubt. So great. And again, if this didn't work for you, you can try it a different time. You know, if you're distracted, again, like I said, these blocks. Teresa says, heard too comfortable. Yeah. And what do I say, Teresa? You were in my 21 days course, right? What do I say? Life lives on the other side of uncomfortableness. I don't even know if that's a word. Deborah says social distancing. Okay, that could definitely be true. All right, so that was just a little bit of an exercise. So please don't take that as like, oh my gosh, like I couldn't do it. So that was just a little bit of an exercise for you to understand those subconscious beliefs that you have or those fears that you are not aware of, right? We ask them for the information. So then you can get some of these answers. So that's what I do, like, right? In the morning, I always say in the morning and at nighttime is the best time to try to ask these questions when everything is calmed down, or when you first wake up, right before you open your eyes, or right before you fall asleep is really good time to do this. I'll meditate later and try. Absolutely, Kim. All right, so that is that. Today I'm going to bring you through a little bit of a meditation. If you guys, I'm sorry guys, we're probably might be here. What time did I start? 3? Yeah, so, okay. Let's do a little bit of an energy healing, and then we'll see. So thank you for sticking with me. This is what happens with me, guys. I just keep going and like just give you everything that you kind of need, or that I can in the time that we have. I have so much to teach, but not enough time. All right, so I love this song because, and I hope if you're catching the replay, it's still gonna, the energy healing will still work if the music does not play. That's why I write in the top about, you know, that I don't own the rights to the music. So I love this song when we're trying to heal because it's very soothing and it's very relaxing. I use this to clear people. I use this to clear myself. I use this to really kind of just relax and get down to it and to heal things that I need to heal. So, so again, so I just want you to think of whatever just came up for you. And if nothing came up, that doesn't matter. You don't need to have anything that actually came up for you. This will help anyway. But if something did come up, I want you to set the intention that that's what you want to work on in this energy healing. Okay. So this is just, again, just a little bit of an example. I'm not going to do the whole song just because we don't have time for it right now. But this is just a little bit of an example to show you how you can shift your energy, release some of the things. So if you know something in your past that you need to release, this is what you want to work with right now. All right. So set the intention that, like, so say for example, like for me, if this was way back when, I would say, I want to help heal myself around my dad leaving me. Okay. And I would go back to that time frame and think about like how I felt, how confused I was, how scared I was, and think about that time. And we want to go back to that time to do this. You don't have to do any of that. All I need you to do is just set the intention of what you want to heal. Okay. Do I use Solvigo? No. I don't even know how to say that word, but I do use frequencies. I'm not sure what that type of frequency is, if that makes sense. Like I use like the 423, like HCs and stuff. Is that what you're saying, Kim? All right, so go ahead again, stretch out your body. We'll just do this for a couple of minutes. And let's see what you can get out of this short little session. All right. Oh, sorry. Like, doesn't want to come back to me. All right, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And let it out. And take another deep breath in. And then go ahead and let it out. Whatever thoughts come in, just let them come in and let them go out. Here we go. ahead and take a deep breath in. And let it out. And then take another deep breath in. And then go ahead and let it out. Give your body a nice little stretch. And then let me know how that was for you. And again, Reiki can affect you in different ways, right? I love when people cry during Reikis because I know that that is telling me that they're releasing something. You don't always have to cry in order to release something, but if you did, that's a really good sign. You can see things, you can hear things, you can feel things, you can feel nothing. It doesn't mean that it doesn't work, okay? So do not put that kind of pressure on yourself with whatever you did or didn't feel. It really does not matter. It still works with the energy, okay? Kim says, my thoughts went right to my heart chakra, pink and green, flowing like water. Ooh, I like that. That's nice. Sue says, I did cry. Yeah, it's good. So that's a very good thing. Okay. Mandy says she cried as well. Awesome. And I want you to know, like, you know, you never stop healing. You never do, because once we heal what's in this life, then we get to heal what's in our past lives too. Dale says, love this. Thank you so much. Would like to find a session to work with you. Awesome. We'll hold that thought. Okay. Jennifer says, I'm crying. Good. Probably the only person who's like, good, you're crying. It really is though. It's really a good thing. I teach my daughter, like, right, she gets all of this emotion, and sometimes, like, I'm just like, cry it out. Like, let's just cry it out, because you can try to hold on to those tears for so long, and all it does is build up frustration and resentment and anger, right? But if you start to feel that way, the best thing for you to do is put on a sad song, or just, if you can already, just cry it out. You definitely want to do that, because crying is releasing, although we're, you know, a lot of us are taught that don't cry, right? There's nothing to cry about. Stop crying. That's all I heard in my life, right? I'll give you something to cry about. That's what I heard. So we're like taught not to cry, and crying is such a beautiful releasing thing. So definitely let it out, girls. Let it out. All right. So I hope that was helpful. I know we have gone way over. I still have something to share with you, but you know, if you are wanting to really let go of the subconscious thoughts and the energetic blocks that you have to really kind of, hold on a minute, step into that new identity of you, to really take your power back after your life of toxicity, whether it be with your parents, with the relationships that you've been in, I definitely have something to offer for you today, which is very, very exciting, because I'm adding on things to it that you can only find in the next few days, okay? So if you are not interested in working with me on a deeper level, if you're not interested in investing in yourself, let me just tell you a couple of reasons why investing in yourself is really good, okay? And I wouldn't be preaching this if I didn't do it. I have invested probably over $20,000 to $30,000 now, investing in coaches to help me keep shifting into my next identity. And like I said, you need someone to call you out. You need someone that understands. You need someone to basically be able to help you identify where the issues lie that have been where you were before, okay? So investing in yourself. And I know, as a person that have been through toxic relationships, when I first started investing in myself, it was very, very hard for me to invest, because I wasn't worthy of it, right? I had to put my money everywhere else. My ex-husband, I had to put it on my kids. I never put that money on me. But I will tell you that you are worthy of investing. And like I said, you know, healing doesn't have to take that long. You don't have to be in years of therapy in order for you to shift that identity, okay? So if you are ready to invest in yourself, if you are ready to make those changes that you need in order to manifest what you want out of life, if you are ready to step into that next identity of you and let go of all the beliefs that you have about yourself right now, get into better relationships, find the tribe that supports you and raises your vibration, stick around, because I will be offering you something, okay? If you are not, that is okay. You're just not ready yet. That's totally acceptable, totally understandable. I wish that you have found a lot of value in this challenge, but you are more than welcome to take off now without feeling any bad. You don't have to stick around. That's okay. Don't do it for me, right? Take yourself back. But if that is not you and you're not ready and you're not interested in that, you can go ahead and take off. But for those of you that are, I definitely have something to share with you. All right. So if you are, I'll give you a second to pop off if you're not. Yeah, all right, I don't really need this. All right, so I'm very excited to bring this to you guys, okay? I have a manifest course. Yet that's not what I'm talking about today. Because the only way you can get into my manifest course is if you go through my From Pain to Power mentorship first. The reason I do this is because I know that you need to work on the subconscious level. You need to work on the very basis of your foundation with your childhood before you can get into this manifest course, because I'm the person that likes results and I know what you need to get into there in order to have your results, right? So that's all great. However, I have a mentorship which is going to help you take away those subconscious beliefs, step into that next identity of you, all right? You have to focus. If you have not done the healing, and if you just did that and you were brought and you were crying and stuff, that tells me that there's still stuff in the past that you probably need to get through before you can go on to really tackling the subconscious beliefs that are like here and now, keeping you very stuck from where what you're trying to manifest. I call it the From Pain to Power mentorship because it is for women who have been through toxic relationships or have had a toxic childhood, which, like I said before, most likely probably means that you've had toxic relationships, okay? What we do in this program is I bring you through a 4-step process. First step is awareness. This is about being aware of where you are right now, right? This is about being aware of your ego, right? The subconscious limiting beliefs that are keeping you back, and also being aware of where your energy is, being aware of your negative thinking, being aware of how you feel about yourself, all of these things. So that is step 1. We have to become very aware. I always say awareness is key. You have to be aware that there's an issue in order to change it, okay? The next step is identifying the root of the issue and where the energetic blocks lie. So this is about going and really identifying those subconscious beliefs, but also where they came from. So most of our subconscious beliefs are formed between the ages of 0 and 7. So we want to go back to that time, which is where we do the majority of our work in this program, to release all of those blockages, to find where the issues lie so that we can then start to reprogram them, which is the next step, step 3, which is where we start to reprogram the limiting beliefs for your identification, your identity, and then also release the energy around the time. So we identify traumas that you've been through, the subconscious beliefs that were formed around those things, and all of that. So we definitely deal with the father, the mother, relationships, siblings, inner work. We do mirror work. We do all of this type of stuff in this program. And then the last step that we do is we deal with boundaries. We have to get very, very strong boundaries. And if you took my boundary challenge, we have to be worthy of those boundaries in order to enforce them. This is why if you're in a relationship or if you have parents or siblings or friends or whatever, and you try to enforce a boundary, but then you never stick to that boundary, this is why people don't take you seriously anymore, and they just like kind of walk all over you even though you're trying to set a boundary. And then you don't enforce it because you don't want to be the mean person, you don't want to feel bad, you feel guilty, all this stuff, right? All of that is part of going through a toxic relationship, toxic childhood as well. Okay, so that's the 4-step process that I bring you through. Now it's an 8-week program. I'm not going to go into all the weeks because you can find it in the link that I'm about to put in here for you. However, it's an 8-week program, but you really start to see results within I would say, if not the first week, definitely the second and third. I know women who have been through years of therapy trying to find what they're looking for. They spend a few weeks with energy healing. And I will tell you, if you don't want to do energy healing, this is not for you. It is not for you, okay? Energy healing is really what is going to be shifting you, in addition to the subconscious beliefs and everything that I teach you in there. But the energy healing is so important. So if you're not into energy healing, not for you, okay? Let me just get this for you. So it's an 8-week program. what you get in it is every week you're going to get videos from me. You're going to get trainings from me. You're also going to get in a journal every single week, which is going to ask you the right questions to get you to dive into where those beliefs and everything come from. Believe me, it gets you thinking, right? I ask you the right questions so that things start to come up for you. You're also going to get energy healing every single week as well, so that you can release what comes up for you, because that's how I do. Even in a regular energy healing session, I will talk to you because I want these things coming to the surface so that it's easier to kind of just release and give it to the divine, all right? So you're gonna get energy healing every week as well. So for 8 weeks, you're getting training videos, you're getting a journal, and you're also getting the energy healing. You also get weekly group coaching calls. So what happens, and I know this can seem scary in the beginning because you have to be vulnerable. You don't have to be. You can show up to these calls and just listen. But this is the time for me to talk to you. It's not over Facebook, it's over Zoom. So I actually get to speak to you. I get to talk to you. You get to share with me what's going on for you. I get to connect to the divine if we need to in order to identify anything that you're unaware of, and to really help you and guide you through the process, the healing process. So those are weekly group coaching calls as well. All right, I see all your comments. Thank you, ladies. So that's kind of like the basis of it. But what's really exciting today is that, I don't know, Spirit has just been giving me, like, the last thing I did, I was like, just gave away everything. So what's really exciting is that I'm adding more to it today. You also get the Reiki 1 and 2 healing, let me backtrack. Reiki Healers 1 and 2 practitioner certification. So you are actually a Reiki practitioner by the end of this program as well. You have lifetime access to the program, so you can take that certification whenever you want. You can take it during it if you have time. If you don't have time, I want you to focus on the main core curriculum. However, you will have this. Why do I include this? Because like I said in this challenge and today, it's very important that you understand how to work with your energy, how to protect it, how to clear it, how to shift it, right? How to release it. So Reiki 1 allows you to work on you. Reiki 2 allows you to work on other people. So for me, I work on my children because they've been through something traumatic. They've been through this divorce with me. Their dad left. They don't see him that much, you know. So they have been through stuff. So I need to help shift their energy. So Reiki 2 allows you to help other people around you that have been through traumatic experiences. You can use the certification to make money, to get that side hustle, to manifest that money that you want. You can use that too for that. I do have a how to make money with Reiki energy healing in that course. So you can use that too. Okay, that's one of the bonuses. The second bonus is that you get access to my Reiki vault, all right, which is where I have all of these different healings. This is where I have the 12 chakra healings. This is where I have, I think it's like 13 or 14 archangel healings. Money block healings are in there. A lot of self-healing. There's some spiritual stuff, new moon, full moon rituals, mirror work, inner child work, self-sabotage, shame and letting go of shame and guilt. I mean, I can't even do all of them. I can't even remember all of them, but there's probably over about, I think now there's probably over about 80 healings in there that you can go and use in order to heal yourself, to dive into. Usually it's an 8-week access to that, but today it is a lifetime access to the Reiki Energy Vault. All right, so definitely something that I do a new healing every single week. So you get healings, you get at least four healings a month. I'm starting to add some tarot in there, so you'll get a personalized tarot message if you show up for the call also. So that's like once a month. So you get lifetime access to that. You also get lifetime access to the private Facebook group community that we have. So you get to stay in that community because you form a tribe with the women that you go through this with. And you also get to ask me any questions even after the course is over. All right. So these are huge, huge, valuable extras that I don't usually include. But there's a little catch here, right? You got to sign up by Friday. Friday is my daughter's birthday. It's the 25th. By 11 p.m. PST time, okay, so that is, if I can do the math, it's 1 o'clock, nope, 2 o'clock EST, okay, so Eastern Standard Time. So you get these bonuses. So let me recap everything that you get. Every week you get training videos, you get a journal, and you get a Reiki energy healing, if not more than one, okay? You also get weekly group coaching calls with me where I get to actually talk to you, which like, you know, Believe me, I do my research. These other teachers and course creators are not giving that personal time to you, which I think, oh, I forgot the best bonus. You also get a 1 hour session with me. So we get to like kind of jumpstart, I call it like a breakthrough, right? Because we're going to break through whatever's really, really holding you back. So you can use this whenever you feel like you need to. Usually you'll get to a point in the program where you're like, I don't know what to do with what's coming up. I don't know how to shift it or solve it or whatever. This is when we're going to jump on a call together and do an hour. We're going to talk about it and we're going to do an energy healing, and one-on-one energy healing is the best. So therefore you get that as well as part of a bonus. Okay. So you get 5 bonuses: the one-on-one session, the Reiki 1 and 2 practitioner certification. You get lifetime access. Oh, I forgot all of them. I told you, I just kept adding them in, right? So lifetime access to the Reiki Vault membership. You get lifetime access to the Facebook group, and you also get access to my 21 days to opening and accelerating your psychic abilities, because I had to throw it in there because I talked about intuition, right? So everything that we talked about in this challenge, everything that we talked about is what I'm giving to you. Everything that you need in order to manifest what you want. You've got to work on that foundation. You've got to release what happened in childhood. If you haven't done that yet, this is where you're stuck. Okay. So all of that is in there. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the link that you can check out. You definitely want to check it out because it's awesome. Any questions so far from what I said? Let me see these comments here. All you ladies. Oh my goodness. You guys are amazing. Okay. Mandy says you're amazing. Thank you. Jennifer, thank you for sharing your healing. You're so welcome. Nancy, I've been working with Dee for over a year and I highly recommend her course. It will change you. Thank you, Nancy. I know. Nancy, we jumped on, she's in the Manifest course as well. And I started working with her a year ago, right? Nancy, a year ago. This September, it was a year ago. I first launched my mentorship. And now when we working together, it's like she's a completely different person. Completely different person. Mandy says, yeah. Nancy says the mentorship is amazing. Thank you, sweetie. Nancy, my life was toxic for 54 years. The mentorship healed it all of it. Awesome. Mandy says, going back through the mentorship again. Yeah. And I usually recommend that too. You have lifetime access to the mentorship. So I recommend that you go back. I actually was just talking to somebody that is graduating out of the mentorship today. And I said, I want you to go back and I want you to redo at least weeks 1 through 3. Because now when you go back, after you shifted so much, now you're seeing it through different eyes. Now you're going to have different problems. You're going to see different things. Because again, we keep evolving to that next version of us. So every time you go back through it, you're going to be able to keep getting yourself to that next version of you. Because you're going to identify different things now because you've already shifted and healed some of the other things, if that makes sense to you guys. Nancy says, excellent journaling work. Awesome. Mandy says, those are amazing. Totally agree. You helped me, Dee. I know, Mandy, I love you. Anne says, those are big bonuses. They are, guys. It's only 2 days. It's only available for 2 days. So that tells you how valuable they are. I don't usually do it, but it's September and I know that a lot of people are suffering. Mandy says they really help a whole lot. Yeah, Claudia says I should have taken more advantage of the Reiki Vault during the course. I have to sign up again. So many videos that help with different healing. Yeah, exactly. Because she only got 8 weeks, right? So you guys are getting lifetime access. Nancy says replay healings in the vault are also extremely helpful. Yeah, to just go in there. If you're having a crappy day, like you go in there, you do the deep energy clearing that I have in there, will blow you away. With that song that we just did, will totally blow you away, make you feel better. Mandy says that's awesome. Nancy says personal calls are awesome. Yeah, very, very valuable. Claudia, that's great with the 1 hour personal call. Absolutely. Wow. Nancy says, yeah, I know. Lots of bonuses, right? Laura, thank you. You're so welcome. Kim, I love this course. Awesome. Well, if you love this, this is a free course, guys. Imagine what I teach in my paid. Okay? Oh, let me put the link. Let me put the link for you. I have to find myself. Hold on. Here I am. Nope, that's not me. Hold on. The suspense. The suspense. The other thing is that I keep this very intimate. So there's not a lot of people in the course at once because I want to be able to talk to you. So there's only about 10 people each round that I bring this in. So you only have 10 spots available. So definitely make sure that you get it if you want. There's also a link to book a call with me if you want to ask some questions, but you'll have most of the information here. But if you just want to ask some questions, I totally get that. Let me just put this in here for you guys. Okay, has like bonuses at the end. Bonuses! Not very often that I do this, guys. So if you have been thinking of working with me and you're really ready, oh, you're trying to talk yourself out of it, Kim. That means you got to do it. Your intuition is pulling you. The other thing is, like, if you're still on here and you're really thinking of working with me, I get a lot of the spirit sent me, right? So I just want you to use that little breathing exercise that we just used. And I want you to think while you're breathing, just breathe a couple of times in and out, right? If you have the little chime, that's good. If not, that's cool too. And just ask yourself, like, is this something that I'm being called to do right now? And if the first answer is yes, then do it. If the first answer is no, then don't do it. You're not ready, all right? And I only want women that are ready. So if you're trying to talk yourself out of it, that means that intuition is trying to pull you towards it. Not just bonuses, power bonuses. Yeah, I mean, this will change your life, all right? But that's what I got for you. I hope you're enjoying it. Check out the link. You'll see all the details. If you want to talk to me, because I get it, it's an investment. I'm available. I have spots open for tonight. I do have a coaching call later tonight, but all the information is in the link. Let me know. Sign up for a call if you really want to talk to me. I'm open for that. All right. So much love to all of you. I really hope you enjoyed this challenge. I love doing these challenges. I love teaching. It's kind of like my calling. So much love to all of you. Let's see. Mandy says, I booked a call for October 1st for Manifest course, but I cried. I still want to talk to you about it. Maybe I'm not ready. Oh, girl, you're so ready. All right. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that. All right. So Mandy, love you. Nancy, thank you. Claudia, thank you. We're also going to have an interview tomorrow with Claudia. So be prepared for that. It's going to be live in the Facebook group at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to see her journey through the through the mentorship, you can. There's also an interview on the page that I just sent to you guys. All right. Much love to all of you. I've enjoyed this course. I will come live. You know what? Maybe I'll announce the winners after the interview with Claudia tomorrow. That sounds good. I will announce the winners. So definitely remember to post your hashtags of clear day 1, day 2, and day 3 to enter, and the most active participant will win. All right. Much love to all of you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.